everyone! So apologies if this video is kind of mellow. I normally don't film after work, but I normally film before work. But today I really wanted to get this filmed, so we are going to sort Wheel of Time characters. I'm so excited. If you don't know, I've been sorting characters from different franchises into Hogwarts houses, and it's one of my favorite things ever. And I've actually been thinking about this video since I started Wheel of Time, and I just finished Wheel of Time. It's been like 4 or 5 years since I started the whole series. I should have been standing up and like showing you my series, but it's at the very top and I didn't want to stand this whole video. But I have my Harry Potters here, so it kind of counts. So we're going to be sorting Harry Potter characters. I just wanted to go over some of the houses if you don't know what the houses are, and also today I'm going to do combinations. So we have the 4 main houses: Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, and Slytherin, and they all have their different traits. Gryffindor is courageous and a little showboaty, very extroverted. Ravenclaw is very introverted and wanting to research and really think about things beforehand, and also a lot of rule following. Hufflepuff is friendly and hardworking, and Slytherin is very determined, ambitious, and going for what you want no matter what. So all of those are either good or bad, not one being bad or the other one being good. All of them can have very strong negatives and very strong positives. So for example, I'm a Gryffalin, a Gryffindor Slytherin, and this makes me very motivated and very extroverted and friendly, but it also can kind of make me a little bit of a showboat, which is why I have a YouTube channel, right? It kind of makes sense. So that kind of thing where there's positives and negatives. There are definitely very bad Gryffindors and very great Slytherins. So just keep that in mind, and I am going to be doing a combination house for each one of these because, as you know, Wheel of Time is very, very complicated, and you have a lot of time with these characters, so you get to know them very, very well. So I'm not going to do just one house for each of them because that would be a little bit too simplistic for these. All right, let's start very obviously with Rand. I am going to put the TV show pictures up here because it's just the easiest way to do it. But I don't really like the TV show, but that's just an easy picture and everyone knows that's Rand. Rand, I would say, is definitely a Gryffindor. Even before he's been anywhere, he's very outgoing and excited and adventurous. He's going out with his father, he's working, he's got his bow and arrow ready to go even in that first scene, and he deals pretty decently with a Trolloc even his first time. So I would say he's a Gryffindor, and I would definitely say at the beginning, I forgot to mention, sorry, that this is books 1 through 5, so just the beginning of the series, because obviously they grow and change. I agree with Dumbledore, they sort too early. But yeah, I think he is a Griffin Puff. So he's Gryffindor first and then Hufflepuff second, Griffin Puff. Just because he loves all of his friends and he's very loyal to them, and his hardworkingness even when he was younger. All right, next is Tam. We start off with Tam and Rand. I would say it's very tempting to put Tam into Gryffindor as well because he was a soldier. But I would say he's very Ravenclaw. He's very analytical, and he's really thinking about things and how they work. And he's always he's like in the council, so he's very wise. So I would say that he is a Ravendor. So he is first Ravenclaw and then Gryffindor. All right, then Matt. Matt is so much fun because, like my mom always tells my brother, he will think something and then do the opposite. So he almost has 2 houses just for what he's thinking and what he's doing. So for me personally, I would say on the outside, he appears to be a Slytherin. The way he talks and the way he thinks, he always wants to be a Slytherin. He always wants to put himself first. But then he does the opposite. So he actually does sacrifice himself, and he does stick with people when he doesn't want to. So I think he is actually a very rare breed, is a Hufflepuff Slytherin, because he really wants to be loyal and friendly, and he really wants his friends to succeed. But then the little back of his mind head is like, no, do what's best for you, not your friends. So that is what I would call him, a Hufflepuff Slytherin. All right, next is Perrin. Perrin was a little bit easier to me. Perrin is very much a Hufflepuff and a Ravenclaw. But for me, the difficulty is which one is bigger than the other one. So he's very analytical, and he thinks about something, and he doesn't want to rush into anything. And he's very structured, and he has very strong morality. And I find that's very Ravenclaw. And then also very loyal to his friends. So I would say he's a Ravenpuff, in my opinion. All right, next is Egwene. Egwene is, if you've watched my videos, not my favorite character. She, in the beginning, is very, very fun, though. She really wants to learn everything all the time about everything. So that's very, very fun to watch, and that's very Ravenclaw. So I would say, instead, Perrin's a, what did I say, a Ravenpuff? I think that Egwene is a Ravelin, which is a lot more common in my opinion. A Ravelin is a Ravenclaw Slytherin, and I think that's very much like, she is willing to do things, and she's willing to break the rules, and she's willing to do whatever it takes. But her goal is knowledge. So I would say that Ravenclaw first, Slytherin second. All right, Nynaeve. Nynaeve's whole drive is to protect people she loves. Her entire arc for the whole first 5 books is her trying to protect people she loves. So that is Hufflepuff, through and through. No arguments. She is Hufflepuff. I would say she's probably a Hufflin. She's a Hufflepuff Slytherin, because she's very driven and she's very ambitious, but also just her saying, like, she's gonna get Moraine, that's very Slytherin. So I would say she's a Hufflin. But Hufflepuff first. Her entire drive is protect her people, her core people. That's a Hufflepuff. Tom is very, very fun. Let me think about Tom. I would say Tom could be Ravenclaw. He definitely strives for knowledge. He could also be a Slytherin, because he's incredibly, incredibly driven and incredibly cunning. I think if you're good at stones, Slytherin should be one of your first or second. So he is incredibly good at stones, incredibly good at the game of houses, and that is definitely a Slytherin trait. So it's hard to say which one which. I would say he's a Slitherclaw. And then also, who is also a Slitherclaw, I would say, is Moraine. Moraine is very much a Slitherclaw. She will do whatever it takes to reach her goal. I feel like a lot of blue Ajas are Slytherin, because they're so driven and they will do whatever it takes to reach that goal. So blues, their niche is like a cause. So they all have like a specific cause that they're going for, and that's very Slytherin. Their entire life is their work. That is very Slytherin. So she, I would say, is also a Slitherclaw. She's using her knowledge, she's using her wisdom, but it's often more on the side of cunning than wisdom. Those are the difference between Ravenclaws and Slytherins. So she would be a Slitherclaw. So those two are both Slitherclaws. Almost done now. Lan. Oh, Lan is so wonderful. He's not in the first 5 books enough, in my opinion. I would say it's kind of hard not to say just Gryffindor. Lan is a Gryffindor. I would say he's a Gryffindpuff. So he is very much like watchdog. He's there, he could do whatever, he could face whatever, and the background reason for it is that Hufflepuffness. So I would say that he's definitely a Gryffindor. Loyal, I would say, is kind of like, people would just say Ravenclaw and be done, but also so Hufflepuff. So I really struggled with Loyal. In my notes, I was looking at my notes from way back when I was in like the third or fourth book. I just wrote either or. So I don't know, is he a Ravenpuff or is he a Huffleclaw? Not really sure which one's winning. Tell me in the comments which one you think. Is he more of a Hufflepuff or more of a Ravenclaw? He loves books and he's writing a book, but he's so loyal to his friends. So he's so well named loyal. So I don't know if it's which one's which. So tell me in the comments which one you think he's more of. Is he more Ravenclaw or more Hufflepuff? He's definitely those two. Elaine was really hard for me because Elaine, definitely in these first 5 books, it's a little bit more clear. I would say that she's Hufflepuff because she is the one who is mediating between the two girls. So she is in the middle and she is trying to keep peace between Nynaeve and Egwene. So I would say that would make her Hufflepuff. And a little bit later, when she starts to get closer to Aviendha, that kind of shows some Hufflepuffness as well. So that I would kind of say Hufflepuff. I would also see a little bit of Slytherin in there with the Game of Houses and with her royalty ties and her teaching politics to Rand. I could see some Slytherin in there as well. So I would say she's a Hufflin as well. So I keep on saying Hufflin is rare, but this is my third one that I've assigned Hufflin to. I think more rare is Slitherpuff. That's the more rare one. Hufflin, I think, is a little bit more common. And then Aviendha, it's kind of hard not to just say all the Aiel are Gryffindor, but I don't think that's really fair. They all have different personalities, but their whole culture is war, so it's kind of hard not to put Aviendha in Gryffindor. I would say definitely she is very much like me. She is a Gryffindor. So her drive is there. She knows exactly what she wants and she's going to go get it. And it's very difficult when she doesn't get her way. Like when she was not a Maiden of the Spear anymore. That transition is very difficult for her. She's very stubborn. So I would say Gryffindor for her, Gryffindor, and then Slytherin. But I could switch those as well and make her a Slitherdor. So tell me what you think in the comments. She might be a Slitherdor as well. All right, so I think that's all. Please let me know in the comments what you agree or disagree with, or any of the side characters that I thought would be too long to put in this video. Please tell me in the comments what you think some of the side characters are too, because the wonderful thing about Jordan is even if it's a side character, they still get plenty of time. And I didn't do any like Forsaken or anything, so I think that would be really fun. But with that one, I would have to make it full spoilers for the whole series. So tell me in the comments if you want me to make that video. That would be a lot of fun too, to tell all the different Forsaken what their houses would be. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you disagree with anyone. I would love to hear if you disagree. This one took me quite a while. It's taken me years to like really think about, and I don't know if my later book knowledge has influenced my early book stuff. I definitely know how some of these change in the later books, so I might do a part 2 of this of how they were in the beginning and how they ended up. So that's another video that I could be doing. So yeah, let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.